Happy anniversary to you. ஆமாமா பத்திரமா போயிட்டு வா. நீ போறது
Whose anniversary?
Mataji, I was
on unmute, so silly, and I'm doing live also.
Oh, okay. No worries.
It was my sister.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव सदि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर जी की जय। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, I welcome you all to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Thank you all so much for joining for this mid-morning session. This is Shivani from Ashram, Virginia. Let us move to the next part of the session. Today's class will be given by Her Grace Kirtida Sundari Mataji on Sri Caitanya Bhagavata Antya 8.64 to verse 101. May I know all have joined this morning?
Hare Krishna Mataji, and with Pranam Dev Krishna Prabhupada, this is Krishna Bhagavatam.
Hare Krishna Neetu Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you for joining regularly and giving a beautiful association. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Garanga ki jai. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada, this is Preeti Dasi from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you, Mataji, for your warm welcoming, and also thank you, Yashamati Mataji, for the very beautiful recitation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Preeti Lasni Mataji, thank you for giving me this opportunity to serve you all. Our glorious services and all your beautiful classes. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Garanga ki jai. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And with pranams or glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharajas, and all the assembled Vaishnavas. This is Kirtida Sundari. Thank you, Mataji, for all your services.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Kirtida Sundari Mataji, thank you for giving me this opportunity to serve you all. All glories to your services and your beautiful classes. I'm waiting eagerly to hear from you today. Shal Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Gauranga ki jai. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to all of your services. Thank you for the very beautiful Bhagavad Gita recitation. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we are very fortunate to have Her Grace Kirtida Sundari Mataji. But before I hand over the call to Mataji, I would like to start by sharing a quote of Srila Prabhupada ji. When the soul leaves this body, then what it is? It has no value, a lump of matter. Just like a motor car, so long it is moving, it is worth 1 lakh, and so long it does not move, it is simply a lump of iron, copper, or something. Who cares for it? It is thrown away, same thing. The body has no value. It has value so long the soul is there. Delhi, March 25th, 1976. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we are very fortunate to have Her Grace Kirtida Sundari Mataji to enlighten us on the topic of Sri Caitanya Bhagavata Antya, 8.64 to verse 101. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Kirtida Sundari Mataji, thank you for giving us your valuable time and your sweet association this morning. I'm very happy to have you on the call and waiting eagerly to hear from you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Gauranga ki jai. And now I hand over the call to you. Please take over. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear Shivani Mataji. Thank you so much for your warm welcome. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining us in this session of Caitanya Bhagavat. Really grateful for each and every one of your association. We'll get started with the Mangalacharan and then we'll go ahead. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shirupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shirada Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः आनंद लीलामय विग्रहाय हेमाभदिव्य छवि सुंदराय तस्मै महाप्रेम रस प्रदाय चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते आजानुलंबित भुजौ कनकावधातौ संकीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायताक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ युगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ जयति जयति देवा कृष्ण चैतन्य चन्द्रो जयति जयति कीर्तिस्तस्य नित्यपवित्रा जयति जयति भृत्यास्तस्य विश्वेश्वमूर्तिर् जयति जयति नृत्यां तस्य सर्वप्रियाणाम् मुखं करोति वाचालं भङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपहातं हं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्येश्वरम्। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you once again for all of your wonderful association. Really grateful to each and every one of you for your presence. And I bow down to each and every one of you to bless me so that I can speak some relevant words, though I'll be today simply reading the verses and the translation and purports given by His Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. So please bless me. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. So we are in the Antya khanda of Caitanya Bhagavata. And this is chapter 8. 3 more chapters to go, and then we will give pause to our Caitanya Bhagavata. I'm saying pause because we never stop reading such transcendental books. But in Bhakti Sangha, we will give a pause in studying this Caitanya Bhagavata because we will complete this book. So now we are in chapter 8, Mahaprabhu's water sports in Narendra Sarovar. So we saw that how, till now, just a quick recap, we covered few 62 verses, where we saw that how the time for Rath Yatra came and all the devotees came to Nilachal. So this is the norm practically every year, that every year when Mahaprabhu, he stayed in Jagannath Puri in Nilachal, at that time every year devotees from Kuliagram and from Navadvip, they would come and they would come for this Rath Yatra time. And for 4 months, they would stay in association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And after staying for 4 months, they will go back to their own places. And this year also, Rath Yatra came. And of course, it's the instructions of the Lord. And they followed the instruction of the Supreme Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And all the devotees, like everywhere, this year also, they came to attend Rath Yatra. All the devotees traveled to Nilachal, and we saw the names of so many devotees, Advaita Acharya, Shivas Pandit, Chandrasekhar Acharya. So all came, but Advaita Acharya was still not there. He came little later. That's what we read. And all other devotees like Nandana Acharya, Shuklamba Brahmachari, Sridhar, Gopinath Pandit, all the devotees, they came and they came to Nilachal to meet Sriman Mahaprabhu. So when the devotees, they came, as soon as they came to Nilachal, that is the place of Jagannath Puri, the first thing you see is when you come on that grand road. Recently, I got this opportunity to visit Purushottam Kshetra, to visit Nilachal Dham. And as soon as you come on the grand road, the very first thing you see is the flag on the top of Lord Jagannath's temple. And it's a Sudarshan. And behind the Sudarshan, there is a huge flag, which is there on the top of the temple. And the first thing you see is the flag. And as soon as you see the flag, you offer obeisances. Similarly, all the devotees, when they came to Nilachal Dham, they saw the flag on the top of Jagannath's temple, and they all offered their prostrated obeisances, and they began to cry. Then what happened is, our Advaita Acharya, Mahaprabhu was calling out in affection for Advaita Acharya. That he was calling out to Advaita Acharya that he is the one actually who is the reason, who is one of the external reason for me to come to this Navadvip, to descend and to play and to do some pastimes. So he says, Shayane achilu shira sagare bhitare nidra bhanga haila mora nadara hunkare. That I was very nicely resting in Shir Sagar. Shayane achilu, I was doing Shayan in that Shir Sagar. Bhitare, inside the Shir Sagar, I was very nicely relaxing and sleeping. I was in my Yoga Nidra. Nidra Bhanga Haila, and this Nada, Mora Nada Hunkare, and this Nada, Mahaprabhu used to call Advaita Acharya as Nada. So he said this Nada actually did Hunkar. He roared like a lion and Nidra Bhanga Haila, and he broke my sleep. And it's Advaita Acharya who is actually the cause of this incarnation of mine. And Mahaprabhu would repeatedly speak like this. All the devotees, they all offer up respects to Advaita Acharya, thinking that, wow, it's actually by the means of Advaita Acharya that we are able to witness Mahaprabhu's pastimes and we are able to associate with Mahaprabhu. Then immediately Mahaprabhu, he heard that Advaita Acharya is coming. So actually what I said is little different. It's when the devotees from Navadvip, they came, it was Advaita Acharya who led that entire group. So sorry for that, like I said that Advaita Acharya didn't come. But actually the Advaita Acharya was the leader of that entire group which was coming from Navadvip to Nilachal. So as soon as Mahaprabhu came to know about Advaita Acharya, he also took his associates who were there in Jagannath Puri with Mahaprabhu, and they all went to meet Advaita Acharya and the group who is coming from Nilachal. Oh, sorry, from Navadvip. So the scene is that the devotees from Navadvip are coming to Nilachal to meet Mahaprabhu, headed by Advaita Acharya. And Mahaprabhu was already with his associates in Jagannath Puri Dham. And when he got the news that Advaita Acharya is coming, he took all of his associates and went to greet Advaita Acharya and the group that was coming from Navadvip. So who was there? Nityananda, Gadadhar, Puri Goswami. They all accompanied the Lord and they went to meet Advaita Acharya and the group that was coming. So I think so we have to start from text number 63. So what I'll do, I'll share my screen. This is Caitanya Bhagavata, text 62 and 63. So they all went with a great ecstasy. They had neither external vision nor external consciousness. So both the groups are now about to meet. Shri Advaita Simha Sarva Vaishnava Sahite Ashiya Me Leela Prabhu Athara Nalate. The line like Shri Advaita Acharyas, Vaishnava Sahites, Advaita Simha Sarva Vaishnava Sahite. So here Advaita Acharya is referred to as line like Advaita Acharya because he was leading the group that was coming from Navadvip. And his group of Vaishnavas, they met the Lord's group at Atharnala. When the Lord passed by Narendra Sarovar, he saw the two groups meet. Prabhu Aila Narendra Ayugana Ayuyana Dui Goshti Dekha Dekhi Haila Vidyamana. So the Lord passed by Narendra Sarovar and he saw the two groups meet together. The groups that was there, one group that was there with Mahaprabhu, the associates of Mahaprabhu who were there with Mahaprabhu in Nilachal Dham, and another group which was headed by Advaita Acharya and the Navadvip Vasis. And Mahaprabhu saw all both of them meeting together. दूरे देखी दुई गोष्ठी अन्योन्य सभा दंडवत hai sabha padila Vaishnava. As soon as the two groups saw each other, they immediately offered their prostrated obeisances. Dandavat, they fell like flat, like stick, and they offer obeisances to each other. Now you can just imagine, not to use the word imagine, but you can envision this, that how there are so many devotees that are coming, headed by Sri Advaita Acharya, and they were associates of Mahaprabhu who were there with Mahaprabhu Nilachal. They are also there, and both the groups are meeting together. And as soon as they saw each other, all of them fell flat on the ground to offer their obeisances. दूरे अद्वैता देखी श्री वैकुंठ नाथ अश्रु मुखे कारिता लागीला दंडपाता. When the Lord of Vaikuntha, he saw Advaita Acharya from a distance, he offered his obeisances also with tears in his eyes. So even Mahaprabhu offered his obeisances to Advaita Acharya and the Vaishnavas, and Advaita Acharya along with all the Vaishnavas also offered obeisances to Mahaprabhu and his associates. And this obeisances was not like we normally say, Dandavat Prabhu, Dandavat Mataji. This is really, they were paying Dandavat. And while paying Dandavat, they were having that awe and reverence for each other. And not only that, Ashra Mukhe Karita Lagila Dandapata. There were tears in the eyes because now they were able to meet each other. They wait for the entire year for the rainy season, for this Rath Yatra time to come, so that they can come to Jagannath Puri and they can meet Mahaprabhu. Shri Advaita Dure Dekhi Nija Prana Natha Puna Puna Haita Lagila Pranipata. And Advaita Acharya from a distance saw his Prananath, the Lord of his life, who is none other than Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And as soon as he saw Puna Puna Haite Lagila Pranipat, he offered repeated obeisances to Sriman Mahaprabhu. And that too, with all the bhavas. Ashru Kampa Shweda Murcha Pula Kahunkara Dandavata Bai Kichu Nahi Dekhiara. Tears of love, Ashru, Kampa, that is shivering, Shweda, that is perspiration, Murcha, some of them were fainting, Pulaka, they were having the hair standing on their end, Huhunkara, loud roaring, Haribol, Haribol, Dandavata Bai Kechu Nahi Dekhiara. They all were paying dandavats to each other. And that was all that could be seen at that time. That some devotees were crying, some devotees were perspiring, some devotees were shivering, some were fainting, for some the hairs were standing on the end. And when they meet each other, they were just paying obeisances. And from a distance, we can only feel that, okay, they were paying dandavats only. Everybody was flat on the ground. All that could be seen. Kichu nahi dekhiara, and nothing else was somebody can able to see except they paying obeisances to each other. Dui goshti dandavata keva kare kare. Repeatedly they were offering obeisances to each other, all the devotees. Sabai Chaitanya Rasa Vivala Antare. Yes, they were paying obeisances to each and every one of them, each other, but they were absorbed in Chaitanya Ras. They were absorbed in Lord Mahaprabhu's loving mellows, because that's what their main aim was, that they came to Jagannath Puri to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So naturally, they were absorbed in the loving mellows of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ki ba chota, ki ba bada, jani va agyani, dandavata kari sabe kari hari dhvani. It doesn't matter who is junior, who is senior. Kiba chota, kiba bada. If somebody is learned or somebody is not learned, who is ignorant, everyone was offering dandavats to each other. Normally, when we offer dandavats, we offer to our seniors, right? But here they are saying it doesn't matter. When the seniors are offering dandavats to juniors, juniors are offering dandavats to seniors, the ignorants were offering dandavats to learned men, and the learned people were offering obeisances to the ignorant people, because that's all that could be seen, that everybody was offering dandavats to each other. And Kare Hari Dhwani, and they were all chanting the names of Hari, Hari, because they were so happy meeting each other. ईश्वरो करेना भक्ता संगा दंडवाता अद्वैतादि प्रभु ओ करेना से माता. Ishvara Karena, and even the Lord offered his obeisances to all the devotees. When the devotees were offering dandavats, even the Lord was offering dandavats. And Advaita Adi Prabhu Karena Saimata, and even Advaita Acharya was also doing likewise, because Advaita Acharya is also Mahavishnu. And everybody was offering obeisances to each other. Mahaprabhu, Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur is writing, Mahaprabhu, Nityananda and Advaita Prabhu reciprocated with all the devotees by offering them obeisances. Such pure dealings based on transcendental literatures are not found in the non-devotee Smarta community. So this is very important that, see, paying obeisances is the sign of humility. They were all being so humble that they were regarding others as seniors, even though if somebody is senior and they are to the juniors also, they were regarding them also to be seniors, and they were in utmost humility offering obeisances to each other. This is one aspect. Another aspect is this is the feeling of joy, the emotion of joy. So when we also meet somebody who is coming from a very, very far distance and for a very long time we have not met. So as soon as we see, we naturally offer obeisances, naturally offer danvats to them. Because this is the sign of showing respect at the same time, those emotions that are there in the heart that comes up, and we offer obeisances out of respect, out of love. But that cannot be found in non-devotee Smarta community, because there everybody is after position. What position I am a Smarta Brahmana. But in devotee community, it doesn't matter. Ei mata dandavata karite karite dui goshti ekatra milite bhalamate. And this way, offering obeisances, dandavats to each other, the two groups of devotees, they merged together and they exchanged greetings. That means they did alangan, they embraced each other and they merged together. Now again, you can just envision that there is one group of devotee and there is another group of devotee, and they all are coming together. First of all, everybody is flat on the ground, and after paying obeisances, they are all merging together and hugging and embracing each other and greeting each other, because they all were so happy to meet each other. एखानी हैला आनंद दर्शन उच्च हरि ध्वनि उच्च आनंद क्रंदन. If somebody sees that groups of devotees, how they are merging together and they're exchanging their greetings with each other, it's Ananda Darshana. It's the matter of Ananda, it's the matter of bliss, it's the matter of great happiness. Seeing together all the devotees coming together and embracing each other. And not only that, Ucha Haradhvani, they were loudly chanting the name of Hari, and Ucha Ananda Krandana, and they were crying, and those tears were the tears of joy, because they are meeting each other after a very, very long time. And in great ecstasy, Prabhupada writes, Ananda Khanda, they were crying in Ananda, in great ecstasy they were crying. Those tears were the tears of joy. मनुष्य की पारे इहा करिते वर्णन सबे वेद व्यासार सहस्रवदन. Now describing how the devotees were meeting each other and how they were paying dandavats to each other and how they were exchanging greetings with each other, with tears in their eyes, with shivering, with faltering voice, with choked up voice, with the hair standing on their head, with fainting, with loudly calling out Hari Bol, Hari Bol. All these things Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying that I have described as per my capacity, because it's very difficult to describe the ecstasy that the devotees were feeling in their heart while meeting each other. So he's saying, Manushya ki pare ihata karata varanana, that a human being cannot possibly describe all this. And Vrindavan Das Thakur is categorizing himself is categorizing himself as human being. And he said, well, it's beyond my capacity. I cannot describe all that loving relationship, that loving exchange that was happening among the devotees. Sabe Veda Vyasa Ara Sahasravadana, that only Vedvyas and Anantashesh with the thousands of mouth, they may be able to describe. But a personality like me, who am a human, I am a mere mortal soul. Now again, at utmost humility, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying that it's so difficult for me to share you the loving exchanges that were there while the devotees were meeting each other. Now what happened? Our Lord saw Advaitacharya. Advaita dekhiya Prabhu lai lena khole, sinchi lena angatana premananda jale. So our Mahaprabhu, when he saw Advaitacharya, he immediately did alingan. He embraced Advaitacharya. And while embracing, Mahaprabhu was crying. And those were the tears that he was feeling in separation of Advaitacharya. Because Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri, in Nilachal Dham, and Shri Advaitacharya was in Shantipur, in Navadvip. So Mahaprabhu was missing Advaitacharya. And so when he did Alingan, along with that embrace, Mahaprabhu was profusely crying. And with those cry, what he did, Sanchile Angatana Premananda Jale. He soaked Advaitacharya's body with the tears of ecstatic love. And Advaitacharya, what he did, Shloka padi Advaita karena namaskara, hailena Advaita ananda avatara. He appeared to be in the incarnation of bliss, and he recited a verse while offering obeisances to the Lord. And Advaitacharya, he brought lot of gifts for Mahaprabhu. He got lot of things for Mahaprabhu. So, and he recited the shloka also. Yata Saja Aichila Prabhu Puji Bare, just to worship Mahaprabhu, he brought lot of items. Sabhadreva Pasharela Kechu Nahispure. Though he brought everything to worship Mahaprabhu, but he forgot. He completely forgot. Kuchu nahi spure. Unko spurati hi nahi rahi. Means Advaitacharya completely forgot that he got lot of things for Mahaprabhu, to worship Mahaprabhu. And Ananda Advaita Simha Kare Nahunkara Ailo Bali Dhake Bara Bara. So when Advaitacharya, he realized that he got some gifts, some things to worship Mahaprabhu, he immediately loudly called out, Karena Hunkara. As soon as he remembered, he did Hunkara. And he wants to say, what? Oh, I brought something for you. I brought something for you, Lord. But in great ecstasy, he said, Ainilo Balidake Paramara. And he said, I brought you. And Advaitacharya, he just, in great ecstasy, he recited, I brought you. He wants to say that I brought so many things for you to worship you. But in great ecstasy, he said, Anilu, that I brought you. That means, yes, as we saw in the previous verse also, that Mahaprabhu says that I was sleeping nicely. This Nada, he called out, he did Hunkar, and he broke my sleep, and he was the cause for my descent in Navadvip. So actually it became true. Advaitacharya himself confessed, because Mahaprabhu was telling his devotees that Advaitacharya is coming and he's the one who brought me to Navadvip. He forced me to descend from Kshirosagar to Navadvip. He was the one. With his Hunkar, I came. So he's the cause of my appearance in this world. And here, when Mahaprabhu was simply discussing with all these associates, they met Advaitacharya. And now we are seeing that Advaitacharya himself is confessing that I brought you. And all the devotees, when they heard, they were paying obeisances to Advaitacharya, that we are so happy that you brought Mahaprabhu to this world. हेना से हैला अति उच्च हरिध्वनि लोका लोका पूर्ण हैला हेना anumani. When Advaitacharya was chanting loudly, roaring loudly and saying, I brought you, I brought you. At that point, the loud vibration of the holy names of the Lord filled the entire universe. Ucha Haridhvani, Loka Loka Purna Haila. The entire universe was filled with this Haridhvani because they all were thanking Advaita Acharya that thank you for bringing Lord, for making Lord to descend on this earth planet. So with that holy name, they were filled, the entire universe was filled with the holy name in response to Advaita Acharya's saying that I brought you, I brought you. वैष्णवेरा की दाया अज्ञानत जाना ताहार ओ हरि बले करय क्रंदना. At that time, what to speak of the Vaishnavas, even the fools cried and chanted the name of Hari. Who are the fools? Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that there are two classes of people in this world, the Vaishnavas and the fools. Those who are averse to the devotional service of Hari, they are known as fools. And those who are the servants of Hari, who are averse to material enjoyment, they are known as Vaishnavas. Although every living entity is by nature a Vaishnava, they are nevertheless divided into two classes. So all the living entity with their Satchidananda Swarup, they are Vaishnava. It is just when the living entity gets embodied in a body, at that time, the conditioning starts appearing. And then a person forgets his Vaishnavta and accepts the foolish nature, the Ajnata. But in real form, everybody is a Vaishnava. That's why Prabhupada says that everybody is a devotee. It's just the matter of time. The time is the one that separates one from their own real Swarupa. So Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur is also saying that by nature, everybody is a Vaishnava, but still they are divided, nevertheless divided into two classes, the Vaishnavas and the fools. Those who are inclined to the Supreme Lord, who are Vaishnavas, and those who are averse to him, who are fools. But by nature, everybody is a Vaishnava because everybody is Satchidananda. Amai Vamsha Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. सर्व भक्त गोष्ठी अन्योने गाला धारी आनंदे रोदना करे बोला हरि हरि. All the devotees, they embraced together and everybody chanted the name of Hari and they were crying in joy. Ananda rodana kare. Rodana means they were crying in ecstasy. अद्वैतेरा सब करी लेना नमस्कार जहार निमित्त श्री चैतन्य अवतारा. And when Advaita was shouting like, I brought you, I brought you, all the devotees, they offered obeisances to Advaita Acharya, thanking him for the cause of the Lord's Chaitanya's advent to this world. महा उच्च ध्वनि महा करी संकीर्तन दुई गोष्ठी करी ते लागिला तर्तशाण. The two groups, Dui Goshti, the two groups of devotees, they made a great commotion as they engaged in the loud performance of Sankirtan. So now the two groups have become one group, right? And all of them, they started Sankirtan. And of course, when Sankirtan is happening, how can you do it without dancing? कोथा के वा नाचे के वा कौन दिखे गाए के वा को नदी के पड़ी गड़ा गड़ी जाए. Somebody was dancing, somebody was singing, somebody was rolling on the ground. Dike padi, gada gadika, and they were rolling on the ground. Gadgad hoke. Gadgad hoke means overwhelmed in ecstasy. They were rolling on the ground in all the directions. And nobody knew who was there in which direction. No one knew who was dancing where, and no one knew who was singing in what way, or who was rolling on the ground in which direction. But because the Sankirtan was there, somebody was dancing, somebody was singing, somebody was rolling on the ground, but nobody was oblivious of each other. प्रभु देखी सब हैला आनंद विभाला प्रभु नाचे ना माझे परम मंगला. Prabhu dekhi sabha haila ananda vevala. Everybody became overwhelmed by seeing Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu made everything most auspicious. Parama Mangala. How? Nachena Majhe. He was dancing in the midst of the devotees. So Mahaprabhu was also dancing, and with his dancing, what he created? Parama Mangala. So in the Manglacharan also we sing, right? Jayati Jayati Nrityam Tasya Sarva Priyanam. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dances, it pleases the hearts of everyone. So therefore, even Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying, Prabhu nache na mache. Prabhu ka nachna means his dancing in the midst of all the devotees is Parama Mangala. It brought so much of auspiciousness. Nityananda Advaita Kariya Kola Koli. Kola Koli means Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya, they also embraced each other. So Nityananda Prabhu at that time was with Mahaprabhu in Nilachal. Nache dui matta sema hai kutuhali, and they do both of them dance like two mad lions dance each other. Now, Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur is saying Nityananda and Advaita Acharya, they embraced each other and they danced like two mad lions. So this is very important because this describes the moment of intense spiritual joy and love. Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya definitely are the great companions, the great associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So naturally, when they met, they were filled with that divine love, with prema, and they embraced each other, showing that deep friendship with each other. And their dance was out of pure love, out of Krishna prema. It was not artificially. And now how our Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur is saying, Matta Simha, they were dancing like two mad lions, Matta Simha. This symbolizes, Matta Simha means that madness that they were depicting, that was not some external madness, but that madness was out of love, out of ecstasy, right? So this is the highest form of devotion. When you dance as if nobody is watching you, you are literally dancing like a mad lion. So this teaches that how when these two lords meet each other, their expressions are beyond any boundaries. It is all beyond any boundaries. So they embraced each other and they danced. Sarva Vaishnavera Prabhu Dhari Jane Jane Alinga Karena Parama Priti Mane. Now, our Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he didn't only embrace Advaita Acharya. So Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying Sarva Vaishnava Prabhu. Our Prabhu, Mahaprabhu, every Vaishnava, Alingana Karena, he was embracing everyone, each and every one of them. And that too, Parama Priti Mane, with great affection in his heart, he was embracing everybody who came along with Advaita Acharya. And with that, Mahaprabhu showed something very, very important. What? Bhaktanatha Bhaktavasha Bhaktera Jivana Bhakta Galadhari Prabhu Kare Narodana. The Lord, Bhaktanath, he is the Lord of the devotees, and he is Bhaktavash. He is also controlled by his devotees. Bhaktera Jivana, and he is the life and soul of the devotees. Bhakta Galadhari, he holds the neck of all the bhaktas. Prabhu Kare Narodana, he embraced and he was crying in affection with everybody. He was crying and as he embraced the devotees. So very, very important point that how the Supreme Lord, who is Bhaktanath, see, so many bhakta has been used by Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur to make it so poetic. So he's saying Bhaktanath, he's the Lord of the bhaktas. Bhakta Vash, because he's the Lord, he is also controlled by his devotees. Shri Bhagavan also said in Srimad Bhagavatam in the episode of Durvasa Muni and Ambrish Maharaj, when Durvasa Muni reached Vaikuntha, at that time when he was asking forgiveness from the Supreme Lord, at that time the Supreme Lord, the Lord of Vaikuntha says, Aham Bhakta Paradhino Isatantra Iva Dvija. That, oh Dvija, yes, on one side I'm Swarat, but Aham Bhakta Paradhino. But when it comes to my devotees, I'm always completely under the control of my devotees. At that time, I'm aswatantra. I'm not at all independent. Sadhu bir grasta hridyo bhaktir bhakta jana priya. Because my devotees, they are devoid of all the material desires. Therefore, they are always in the core of my heart. Sadhu bir grasta hridyo. I am being captured in the heart of the sadhus. Like grahasta means जब कभी ग्रह का वाश हो जाता है, means when in astrology we say, right, that some of the other grahas, they are on us, and Shani graha or this graha or that graha. So then we are under that graha, right? We don't have our own independent thing. So he's saying, Sadhu bir grasta hridyo. Similarly, I am there under the control of my sadhus, of the saintly people, and I'm being captured by them in their heart, in the core of their heart. Bhaktir Bhakta Jana Priya. And then what to speak of my devotee? Even those who are not my devotee, I am also very, very dear to them. So this way, the Lord of Vaikuntha, he carried out. And Sri Narottam Das Thakur also sings in this line, Chhadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Paiche Keva. That if we leave aside the sevas of Vaishnava, how can we release ourselves from this material entanglement? And in that regard only, Mahaprabhu, he used to say that we are not the servants of the Lord, but Gopi Bhartur Padakamalaya Dasa Dasa Anudas. Why? Because of this, because the Lord says, Bhaktir Bhakta Jana Priya. That those who are the devotees of my devotees, they are very, very dear to me. Sadhu hridayamayam, sadhu nam hridayatam aham, mat anyate na janati na aham te pyo managapi. The pure devotee, they always stay in the core of my heart, and I am there in the core of the heart of my devotees. So therefore, he is bhaktavash. He is bhaktera jivana. He is also the life of the devotees. And therefore, Mahaprabhu hold on to each and every of the devotee, embraced, and he cried. Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur writes that in this regard, we can read Srimad Bhagavatam from the 8th canto. Prapanna palaya duranta shakte kad indriyanam anavvyapya vartamane. You are the protector of the surrendered souls. Prapanna palaya. And you possess unlimited energy. Duranta shakta. You have unlimited energies. Therefore, somebody, now this is a rhetorical question. Kad indriyanam anavapya vartamane. Those who cannot control their indriyas, those who have no control over their senses, well, how can they surrender unto you? Definitely, they cannot surrender unto you because they are always after sense gratification. But the devotees of the Lord are such that they don't want anything for sense gratification. They're not asking for wealth, they are not asking money, they're not asking power, they don't want any comfort. But what they ask, that life after life, I may only remember you. That's the mood of a devotee. Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur again quotes a verse from 10th canto. Evam sandarshita hi anga harina bhritya vashyata swa vashenapi krishnena yasyedam sarvesham vase. O Maharaj Parikshit, Sukdev Goswami is saying, this entire universe with its great exalted demigods like Lord Shiva, like Brahma, Indra, is under the control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All these demigods, they are under the control of the Supreme Lord. Yet the Supreme Lord has its own transcendental attribute. And that's the best quality Attribute, transcendental attribute means the quality of the Supreme Lord. And that's the foremost quality of the Supreme Lord, that he is Vrityavashyata, that he is always under the control of his devotees. And this was now exhibited by Krishna in the pastime. So this is 10th canto, 9th chapter. Anyone knows which chapter is this? Anyone who wants to raise their hand? Hare Krishna, are you all there with me? Are you all able to unmute yourself?
Yes, Mataji, but I don't know.
Okay.
Hare
You're all-
Krishna Mataji, is this Damodara Leela?
Ah, yes, this is Damodar Leela, where he says Prityavashyata. Thank you. Text 89. Jagannatha Devera Agnaya Seishana Sahasra Mala Aila Chandana. Now when the devotees, they met each other, they danced, they paid their obeisances, they did Sankirtan. At that time, when Das Thakur is saying Jagannatha Devara, means by the mercy, by the order, by the Agya, by the permission of the Jagannath, Lord Jagannath, at that moment, Seishana, what all came? Sahasramala. Thousands and thousands of flower garlands came along with chandan, along with sandalwood pulp. So now when the malas came, all the garlands came, what will happen? The exchange of garlands and the application of chandana, the sandalwood pulp. Lord Jagannath, as the Chaitya Guru, the spiritual master within the heart, ordered his Nilachal servants to honor the visiting devotees by offering garlands to them. Those who were Bhagavad Agnamalas, garlands signifying the Lord's order. Agya means the permission. Now, Lord Jagannath, as the Chaitya Guru, he ordered his Nilachal servants to honor the visiting devotees by offering garlands. Say Krishna, say Gaura, say Krishna, say Jagannath. Right? Our Vasudev Ghosh, he writes this. And that there is no difference between Krishna, Mahaprabhu, and Jagannath. So actually, it was Mahaprabhu's internal desire. So he, through Jagannath, ordered his Nilachal servants that all the garlands should be brought and the visiting devotees should be honored properly by offering these garlands. Agnamala dekhi harshe Shri Gauranga Rai, Agre Dila Shri Advaita Simhe Raghalai. Now seeing the garlands which were sent by the orders of Jagannath, Lord Gaurasundar, he became very happy. And he took the opportunity to take that garland and first offer that garland to our Advaita Acharya. Sarva Vaishnavera Angash Shri Haste Apane Paripurna Kari Lena Malaya Chandane. And then after first garlanding Advaita Acharya, then the Lord garlanded each and every devotee sorry, and not only garlanded, but also applied chandan paste, the sandalwood paste, with his own hand. Shri Haste Apane. With his own hands, he applied chandan on the forehead of each and every devotee. देखिया प्रभुरा कृपा सर्व भक्त गण बाहुतुली उच्च स्वरे करे न क्रंदन. Seeing this display of Lord's mercy, all the devotees, they raised their hands and cried loudly. So in all these texts, we have been seeing that paying dandavats, crying, and this crying is crying out of ecstasy. This crying is not to be felt in any way to be artificial. This was the heartfelt cries that the devotees were shedding their tears because they were seeing Mahaprabhu and they were seeing the magnanimous nature of Mahaprabhu. That how Sri Haste Apane, with his own hands, with his own sweet lotus hands, he was applying chandan and he was garlanding everybody. How he was embracing each other, embracing each and every devotee. How he was greeting each and every devotee. Seeing this all compassionate, magnanimous nature of Mahaprabhu, Naturally, the tears flowed from the eyes of the devotees, and they raised their arms and they cried loudly. Sabhai mage navarashi charana dhari, janma janma ye prabhu tomana pasari. And with holding on to that great ecstasy, they held the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Mahaprabhu. And what they were praying, Janma Janma Yena Prabhu, Tomana Pasari. That life after life, may never that situation come that we ever forget you. This was the prayer of that devotees. See, the devotees of the Lord, they don't ask anything. Even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Shashtakam writes, Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam vat itisha kamaya. Mama janmani janmani ishware, bhakta bhaktir bhaitu ki dwai. That janma janma ishware, that life after life, just bestow me this ahituki bhakti, so that I may never forget you. Never ever that time comes where I feel forgetfulness towards the Supreme Lord. In this regard also, our Rupa Goswami, he quotes this thumb rule. He says this is the thumb rule for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. What is that? Smartavyam satatar Vishnu, smartavya na jatuchit. There should not be any point of time. Jatuchit means at any point of time, there should be forgetfulness towards the Lord. Never, never there should be. Na jatuchit. At any point of time, we should never forget Krishna. And smartavyam satatam Vishnu. And all the time, we should remember Krishna. Then he says, Sarva nishish nishedosyo etod evar kinkara. All the other rules and regulations, how to do, what to do, when to do, it all becomes, those rules and regulations become servants of this thumb rule. What is that thumb rule? Ena kena prakarena. Whatever way possible, we should always remember Krishna and never ever forget Krishna. That's the thumb rule. Never ever forget Krishna and always remember him. So this way, the devotees were also praying. Sabhi magena varashi charana dhari janma janma yehi prabhu. They were praying, janma janma yehi prabhu, tomha pasari, that we may never able to forget you. Please bestow us and give us this benediction. कि मनुष्य पाशु पक्षी हई यथा तथा तुम्हारा चरण ये न देखिए सर्वथा. Now they are saying that, okay, we are asking that life after life we may never forget you. But we are not saying that life after life give us this human form of life only. Even if you desire that we take birth as human beings, as animals or birds, but please make sure that we always remember you and we never forget you. We always see you. And what Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, Janmo bhi moi ichha jadi tor, bhakta griha jahe janma how more. That if you have desire that I should take birth again in this material world, then make sure that I always take birth in the house of the devotees. Kita janma hue, tuva jatha tuva das, bahir mukha brahma janme nahi as. Even if I have to take birth, and I have to take birth in the form of an insect, then, oh Lord, oh Nandan, you please make sure that even as an insect, I take birth in the house of a devotee. I don't want to become a Brahma who is having 4 heads and the 4 heads are vimukh to you. Because in Brahma Vimohan Leela, even though having 4 heads, but still Brahma could not process properly that this little boy, this blue Krishna, blue boy, is actually my Supreme Lord. He was not able to process. So the Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying that I don't want to become that Brahma who is having 4 heads and all the 4 heads are vimukh to you. They are against you. Kita janme hue, jatha tuva das. If you have this desire that I have to take a birth as an insect, then please make sure that I take birth as an insect in your devotee's home, so that always I may hear your Krishna Katha. Your Katha, your glorification should always be the ornament of my ears. As human beings, as animals or birds. So in this regard, there is a very beautiful poet, though he's a Muslim poet. His name is Ras Khan. but he writes very beautiful savayas. Savayas are the four-liners, some composition he writes in glorification of Lord Shri Krishna. So Ras Khan, he belongs to a Muslim background. Still, you see his samadhi in Barsana. When you go, there is a samadhi of Ras Khan. And very, very peaceful place, very peaceful environment. And Ras Khan, when he came to Vrindavan, he somehow developed love for Lord Shri Krishna. And with a desire to see Krishna, because he heard the glories of Krishna, that how he's a sweet little boy. So with a desire to see Lord Krishna, he stayed in Vrindavan forever. And while staying in Vrindavan, he wrote very beautiful poems in glorification of Vrindavan, in glorification of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or in the glorification of Lord Shri Krishna. So he writes, Manushya ho vahi ras khani, बसों ब्रज गोकुल गांव के ग्वारन जो पशु हो तो कहा बस मेरो चरों चित नंद की धेनु मझारन पाहन हो तो वह गिरी को जो कियो छरी छत्र पुरंदर धारण जो खग हो मैं बरसों करो मिली कालिंदी कूल कदम्ब की डारन. I don't know if anyone of you, because this is totally in Braj Bhasha. But what he says is, Manushya ho, that, oh Lord, if you think, let me first translate it in Hindi and then I'll do it in English, because it's very sweet. He says, Manushya ho to vahi ras khani, बसों ब्रज गोकुल गांव के ग्वारन. तो रसखान जी इसमें कहते हैं कि ब्रज के कण कण में श्री कृष्ण का वास है. तो वो कहते हैं अगर मेरा जन्म हो, अगर मेरा जन्म मनुष्य के रूप में हो, तो वो गोकुल के ग्वालों के बीच में जन्म लेना चाहते हैं. Means Raskhan believes that if he has to take birth as a human being, then he should take birth among the cowherds of Gokul. Means he wants to become a cowherd man. He wants to become that Gwala. Jo pashu ho, to kaha bas mero, charau nit nand dhenu majaran. And if I have to become a pashu, agar mujhe pashu ke roop mein janm lena ho, to kaha bas mero, then what, I don't have any, the way, kaho bas mero means, mera kya bas chalega? What I can do as an animal, I cannot do anything. But I can only pray that if next life I have to become an animal, then make me an animal so that I can roam around with the cows of Gokul. I will have no independence because I am in animal life. But please, Lord, make sure that I wish to roam around in the cows of Gokul. पाहन हो तो वह गिरी को जो कियो हरि छत्र पुरंदर धारण. If I have to become a stone, then make sure that I become a stone of Girirajji. Because Krishna, I want to be the part of Govardhan mountain. Because that same mountain was lifted by Lord Shri Krishna on his finger to protect all the Vrajvasis from the Indra's wrath. So here Indra, his name is being mentioned. Hari Chhatra Purandar Dharan, that Govardhan become the umbrella on Lord Hari. And because of the Purandar, he was showering the devastating rain on Brajavasis. Because of him, Krishna has to lift Govardhan. So if Krishna, if you want me that I should become a stone, then make me a stone of Govardhan hill. जो खग हो तो बसेरो मोरो मेली कालिंदी कूल कदम की डारन. And if you think that I should become a bird, then I want to live among the birds that are residing in Kadamba tree on the banks of river Yamuna. In this way, he wants to pray to Lord Shri Krishna that I always want to be in the sacred land of Vrindavan. But whatever birth I take, I may always be at your lotus feet. So similarly, all the devotees are also praying, तुम्हारा चरण ये देखिए सर्वथा कि मनुष्य पशु पक्षी है. Whether we take as a birth as a human being or an animal or a bird, but we should always be at your lotus feet. Eivara Deha Prabhu Karuna Sagara Pada Padmadhari Kande Sabha Anuchara. O Lord, O ocean of mercy, please give us this benediction. The devotees crowd out in this way as they held the lotus feet of the Lord. And what was the benediction? That whatever birth we may take, we may always be at your lotus feet. So this is the prayers of the devotees. They don't want anything material. They don't want anything bhakti. They don't want even mukti, but they only want bhakti. Wherever, O Lord, you want to place me as per your desire, as per your will. But always make sure that I am always in the association of your devotees, and never ever that time can come where I can forget you. So these were the prayers. These were the prayers. If we see Srimad Bhagavatam, the entire Bhagavatam is full of prayers where the devotees are only longing to see Krishna. Starting with Kunti Maharani. If we see the prayers of Kunti Maharani, she was asking for difficulties. But was she happy in difficulties? Does she want difficulties? No. She was asking for difficulties because on those difficult times, Krishna would personally come and help her. So she always wants to remember Krishna. And therefore she was asking calamities. She was saying, let that calamities come again and again. I'm not happy with those calamities, but I'm happy because in those calamities, you are always personally come and protected me. So that could be the way to remember you again and again. So this way, she was not asking for any liberation from calamities. If we were at least if I'll say, if I'll be in the stage of Kunti Maharani, I will saying, oh my God, what has happened? One problem after another, as if there is no end to the problems. But here Kunti Maharani is saying, let more problems come, because those problems invoke the remembrance of the Supreme Lord. If we see the position of Prahlad Maharaj, he was being tortured by his own father. It's so difficult position to be in. We sometimes complain that, oh, our family members are not supporting, this is not supporting, children are averse, and the circumstances are not good. We have so many complaints, but see the position of Prahlad Maharaj. His own father was throwing atrocities on him one after another, and to an extent to kill him, not just to torture him, but to kill him. But when Lord Narasimhadev came, he rejected all the boons that Lord Vishnu, Lord Narasimhadev was ready to offer. And what he asked? He only asked that never the time can come where I forget you. Let my mind be absorbed in the thoughts of you and in the association of your devotees. So what he chose? The constant remembrance and devotion of the Lord. We see this position of Dhruva Maharaj, a 5-year-old boy. 5-year-old boy just want to sit on the lap of his father, and his stepmother rebuked him and throws him out. And how Dhruva prayed, for what he was praying? He was praying for bhakti. He was praying for material enjoyment. He was praying that I should get a kingdom greater than that of my grandfather, that is Brahma. So his father was Uttanpat. Uttanpat's father was Swayambhu Manu, and Swayambhu's father was Brahma. So he was not envious of his father Uttanpat. He said, I just want to show him, because he was Kshatriya by nature. He said, I just want to show that I have a greater place than you. So please grant me the boon that I should get a kingdom greater than that of my great-grandfather. But when the Lord appeared as Prishnigarbha, what happened? He no longer wanted those material things. And what he asked, that I only want your devotion and your remembrance. Same case was for the Gajendra. When he was in the claws of crocodile, what he was praying, please help me so that I can get out from these claws of crocodile. But later Gajendra prayed, please give me that vimukti. I don't want mukti from this crocodile, but I want the vimukti, means I may be out from this cycle of birth and death and always situate myself in remembrance of you. So time and again we see that the devotees have only prayed for remembrance of the Supreme Lord. And in that case, they rejected everything. The classic example is of Vritrasura in the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Chitraketu Maharaj, when was cursed to become a demon, then also he prayed. Being in a demon body, he offered a very deep prayer. Nanaka prishtham, na cha paramishtham, na sarva bhaumam, na rasadhipatyam, na yoga siddhi rapunar bhuvam va samanjasato virahaya kankshase. So he's saying, I don't want anything. Nanaka Prishtham. I don't want those heavenly planets, the planet of Dhruva Loka. I don't want. Na Paramishtham. Neither I want the planet of Brahma. Na Sarva Bhauma. Neither I want to gain the sovereignty over the earthly planet. Na Rasadhipatyam. Neither I want the sovereignty of the lower planetary systems. Na yoga siddhira. I don't want any mystic powers. Apunar bhavamva. I don't want even liberation from this material world. Oh, Vritrasura, you have rejected everything. What do you want? He says, Samanjasata Virakanshase. If all these things are keeping me away from you, I don't want anything. I reject because I want only your lotus feet. I don't want anything that can separate me from your lotus feet. I'll accept everything till the point I'm in the association of you and your devotees. But if all these opportunities of getting the sovereignty of all the lower planetary systems, upper planetary systems, getting planet like Dhruva Loka or like Brahma Loka or even liberation, if that will keep me away from you, I don't want. See, a demon like Vritrasura is praying. So this is the mood of a devotee. That the devotees, they don't want anything except Lord Shri Krishna and his remembrance. Vaishnava Griniyata Pativrata Gana Dure Thaki Prabhu Dekhi Karaya Krandana. The chaste wives of the Vaishnavas, they also began to cry as they stood gazing at the Lord from a distance. तासाबारा प्रेमाधरे अंत नहीं पाई सबै Vaishnava Shakti Bhede Kichunai. There was no end to their affection for the Lord, for all of them were expansions of the Supreme Lord's internal energy. Jnana Bhakti Yoge Sabha Patirap Samana Kahi Achena Shri Chaitanya Bhagavana. All the wives, they were as good as their husbands in their knowledge and devotion. This was the verdict of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where he quotes Srimad Bhagavatam, that remembrance of Lord Krishna's lotus feet, it destroys everything inauspicious and rewards the greatest good fortune. Avismriti Krishna Padaya Ravinde. If we have a Vismriti, Vismriti means forgetfulness of Krishna. Smriti means remembrance. Vismriti means forgetfulness. Avrismriti means again remembrance of Krishna's lotus feet. Shinoti Abhadrani, it destroys all the inauspiciousness. Tatam Tanoti, and it bestows all the devotion. Satvasya Shuddham Paramatma Bhaktim Jnanam Cha Vijnanam Viraga Yuktam. It purifies the heart. Shuddhim Satvasya Suddhim Paramatma Bhaktim, and it bestows devotion of the Supreme Lord. Jnanam Cha Vijnanam Viraga Yuktam, and along with that, knowledge enriched with realization and renunciation comes on its own. So these ladies were also no less. Even we see the case of Putana, when the Putana came, and finally the Lord suck out the life air from the body of Putana. At that time, Shukdev Goswami describes that there were so many ladies who were simple cowherd girls, but they chanted mantras. They were so knowledgeable. They chanted mantras to protect Lord Shri Krishna. So even they were in full gyan, in full knowledge. Though they were simple cowherd ladies, cowherd girls, but still they were very, very knowledgeable. So even the devotees' wives, those who came from Navadvip, they were as good as their husbands in knowledge and devotion. Ei matta vadya gita nritya sankirtane ailena sabi chalila prabhu sane. And in this way, all the devotees, they were singing with the Lord, they were playing drums, musical instruments with the Lord, they were dancing and they were doing sankirtan. And they were along with the Lord and they entered the town. Which town? We will see. हेना से हाइला भक्त प्रेमा भक्ति र prakasha हेना nahi dekhi jara nahaya ulasa. There was such manifestation of ecstatic love that not even a single person was unhappy, because everybody was regarded, acknowledged by the Supreme Lord. And where they entered? Atharanala. Atharanala haite dasa danda haile. Mahaprabhu ailena Narendra Kule. So Mahaprabhu led all of them to Atharnala on the banks of Narendra Sarovar in 10 dandas, about 4 hours. So for 4 hours, this meeting took place. They're paying dandavats to each other and doing alingan, embracing each other, offering garlands to each other, embracing each other, applying sandalwood paste on each other, and changing the exchange of affectionate words with each other, acknowledging each other. All this took 4 hours. And after this 4 hours, Mahaprabhu led all of them on the banks of Narendra Sarovar. So with that, we will end our session. Thank you all so much. I was simply reading today, but it was so wonderful pastime that just by reading, we can relish it more and more. So thank you all so much. We will stop here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhuvaivacha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Nantakoti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Shri Caitanya Bhagavat ki jai. All the assembled Vaishnavas ki jai.
Our Grace Kirtida Sundari Mataji ki jai. Hari Bol Mataji. Thank you so much. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much for a very, very beautiful, sweet nectarian class. Thank you for the recap in the beginning of the class, and so beautifully you narrated the whole pastime. So beautiful, Mataji. You gave very nice examples of Kunti Maharani, Dhruv Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Vitrasur, Gajendra, and many more. And also, as you mentioned, the devotees, they don't want anything, nothing materially, nothing at all. I mean, they're so just the remembrance and the lotus feet of the Lord. I really liked how beautifully you spoke about how lovingly everybody was paying obeisances. It took 4 hours. Uh, the humility, this is a form of humility. It's feeling joy, happy, respect when you see someone that you really, love and care for. And how beautifully Mahaprabhu, the Lord himself, was paying obeisances to everyone. Haribol. I mean, Krishna himself, the Lord himself, embracing each other with so much love and so much affection. Also, as you mentioned, Mahaprabhu, who's the life of all devotees, and he's controlled by the devotees himself. He's crying as he embracing all the devotees. That love, that pure love. I mean, that ecstasy is just unimaginable. I mean, it's so beautiful.
Thank you, Shivani. Thank you for your overwhelming response.
No, it's so beautiful, Mataji. Just and the lastly, but not least, as you mentioned, we can have any birth after a birth. We can be devotee, we can be a human, we can be an insect, animal, anything for that matter. But we just want to be born in a Vaishnava's house that we can hear, Krishna Katha, Krishna Katha, Krishna Katha, and that can only liberate us. So it was just very sweet and very, very nectarian class. Very, very grateful to you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. If you have any realizations or questions, please go ahead.
I see Prahladananda Prabhu has quoted a very beautiful verse from 11th canto, 2nd chapter, verse number 40. Very beautiful one. Thank you, Prabhu. My time. Yeah.
Such a beautiful class you gave, and the Rasganji's class was...
Nama Kirtya. जातु न रागो धृत चित्त उच्चै हसति अथो रोदिति रौगायति उन्मादं नृत्यति लोकबाह्य.
Beautiful.
Without
Beautiful.
caring for the outsiders. So what others are thinking, I will dance, I will sing, I'll cry, but only for the pleasure of my Supreme God. Thank you, Prabhu.
Very well,
Thank you.
Mata. Also, Mukund Mala Stotra slok is so beautiful. Alvar, he says, Mukunda Murdna Prani Pratyayache Bhavantam Ekantam Biyantam Vartham. Only one thing I want from you. I'm touching my forehead to the floor and I'm asking, Avismruti, as we are explaining, Avismruti, Charanata Charanar Vidde Bhave Bhave Me Astu Bhavat Prasada. So this is a beautiful slok also. So every morning and evening when I'm doing Aarti, I touch my forehead, sing this slok to Lord Sri Krishna.
We all can take a note of it and we can follow into your footsteps. Thank you.
Jai Shri Krishna. Very good.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pradhamna Prabhu, for sharing that. Very grateful to you. Hare Krishna to devotees. Anybody else? Mataji, a lot of devotees are thanking you in the chat for a very, very beautiful, sweet nurturing
Thank you,
class.
Madhav Prabhu, for quoting the verse Nanak Prishtham Nacha Parmeshtham Manusya ho to vahi ras khan baso mili gokul gaon ke gwaran. Very beautiful verses by Ras Khan. Thank you. Thank you, Yashomati Mataji. Thank you, Sunil Prabhu. Thank you, Kiran Mataji. Sunil Prabhu is getting transcendental anxiety that after completion of Chaitanya Bhagavat, we'll not have mid-morning Chaitanya Leela classes. Yes, we'll definitely have, Prabhu. This mid-morning classes will go on eternally. Don't worry. Right? So definitely we'll have it. Some or the other Leelas we'll discuss. Okay, anything else?
Madhav Prabhuji, please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna Madhav Prabhu. Thank you for
Mataji, can I ask you the question in Hindi?
Huh?
Can I ask the question in Hindi?
Yes, in Hindi only you can ask, no problem.
Yeah. माताजी मैं ये पूछना चाह रहा हूँ कि जैसे हम लोग क्लास कर रहे हैं, सभी लोग क्लास कर रहे हैं, भक्त लोग, तो दिस इज ऑल गोइंग इजी, लाइक हम मॉर्निंग जपा में भी आते हैं, क्लास भी करते हैं, एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग नाइस, है ना? मेरा प्रश्न ये है कि इज दिस द वे या विल बी टेस्टेड इन दिस प्रोसेस? क्योंकि मुझे कभी कभी ऐसा लगता है कि जब मैं ये रेगुलर जो चीज करनी है वो कर रहा हूँ, देन सडन एक ऑब्जेक्शन आ जाता है कुछ, तो वो ऐसी चीज लगती है कि छूट जाएगी, छूटती नहीं है, क्योंकि मैं छोड़ने नहीं देता हूँ, क्योंकि वो मेरा रेजोल्यूशन है कि मुझे नहीं छोड़ना है, बट वो हो रहा है, रेगुलरली हो रहा है। तो मुझे ये समझना है कि जो स्मूथ वे चल रहा है दैट इज द प्रोसेस, या जिसमें बीच बीच में प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही हैं दैट इज द प्रोसेस?
Very nice, Madhav Prabhu. Can I answer in English for the benefit of everybody? Is it okay?
हाँ Mataji, I can understand. Yeah. Please.
Okay, perfect. A very nice question Madhav Prabhu is asking, that when he is continuing any aspect of devotional services like chanting, doing kirtan, or attending all these Bhagavad Kathas and attending japa conference calls, then he's thinking that is this the process or some impediments when they come while performing these process? Do we think that is the process? So actually, Madhav Prabhu, the answer to your question is that when we get involved into this bhakti process, Krishna starts intervening. Krishna starts acknowledging our process. Krishna starts acknowledging that, wow, now my devotee is on the right track. But he is such a loving father that still he wants to give chance to the jiva, that even if an iota of desire is left to enjoy separately from me, then you please stay there and enjoy and then come to me. Because Krishna wants, and anyone and everyone, those who comes to Krishna should come with love. Not with force, not with fear, not with anxiety, not with any demands, not with to-do list, but only and only through pure love. And when Krishna acknowledges this, naturally her servant Maya Devi takes charge. She throws impediment after impediment. And we have to keep our determination. As you have said, that you never miss the class and you never miss japa. And this is because it is your resolution. I will say it's not your resolution. Actually, it's your prayers that Krishna is allowing you to do. So your prayers is
Yes,
the
Mataji,
must,
I
is what
regularly
is
pray.
happening. Yeah, your prayers are showing the result that Krishna, even though he's giving charge to Maya Devi that go and test this devotee, but at the same time, Krishna internally is helping you to cross over Maya. Because Krishna says, Daivi Esha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratya Mameva Hi Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. That those who surrender unto me and perform my devotional service, I make sure that they cross over Maya. This Maya, which is sent by me only to test you. So as you asked, is this the process? Yes, this is the process. When you are into this bhakti process, you are tested heavily, Prabhu. Very heavily you are tested. What to talk about us? We are mere mortal souls doing little bit bhakti here and there, and that too not with full determination, not with steady determination. Think about Namacharya Shila Haridas Thakur. He was tested. So many times he was tested. But at the same time, Krishna helped him to cross over all those tests. So with your prayers only, with your determination only, Krishna is helping you to be steady in devotional service. And at the same time, Maya is doing her job by throwing some or the other impediments to test your determination. That's all I can say, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
So keep on to your determination and keep on praying to Krishna. Even Srila
Mataji,
Prabhupada used to
कभी-कभी
say,
ऐसा लगता है ना कि like saying you, ऐसा लगता है it is very easy. Bhakti is very easy.
Bhakti is
You look,
actually very easy. It's not seeing me, but it's actually very easy. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, it's sulabha partha. This Bhakti Yoga process is very easy. But then what is sudurlabha is to attain perfection in this process. That is very rare. Joining and enrolling yourself in this process of Bhakti Yoga, it's very easy. To walk to some distance on this path of Bhakti Yoga, very easy. But to attain perfection in this path is what Srila Rupa Goswami says, it's sudurlabha. It's very, very difficult. But again, it's difficult. It's not impossible. It may take lifetime after lifetime. But if we have the conviction in the process, because this process is by Srila Prabhupada. Our predecessors, acharyas, have walked on this process and have attained the perfection on this path. So if we have the faith, वो विश्वास है अगर, if we have that faith, then this process will work, provided we don't take any detour and we walk on this process no matter what comes, no matter what comes. Because anything that comes is thrown by Maya, is to test us, and we are ready to take all the test because we want to take perfection, attain perfection in this process of Bhakti Yoga. So have faith in this process. Don't take any detour. At the same time, keep praying. Srila Prabhupada disciples used to ask Srila Prabhupada that, are you not afraid of Maya? Prabhupada says, who told you? Every day I pray to my deities, to my lordships, that please keep me away from Maya. Every day Prabhupada says that when I pray, I have full faith that now my Krishna will protect me. So that's why what you see is that I'm not fearful of Maya, but you don't see that every day I pray to Krishna to keep me away from Maya. So yes, that's how the process is. So welcome aboard. We are in this process of Bhakti Yoga, and problems, impediments will come, but Krishna's mercies, Vaishnava's mercy, everything will be crossed over, because after all, everything is material.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Hare Krishna. Yes, Kiran Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my most humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Such a
Please
beautiful class. Such a beautiful class. I do want to tell you how Krishna trusts me. I was supposed to go to Mayapur earlier this month. And then all of a sudden, my husband got sick. So I had to cancel the plans. And I said to myself, maybe it's Krishna's plan. So I have to accept it. And I did accept it very, very happily. This is my personal experience. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
Jai Kiran Mataji. Now, Krishna, when he doesn't let his devotees to attend dham, to go to dham, that means he's increasing this separation in you. So be grateful that, I don't know the reason behind why it happened. Of course, as you said, your husband got sick, but why exactly at that time when you have to take care of your husband at the same time you have booked your tickets to go to Dham? So why this happened, we cannot reach to that area to get the answer of why. But we can always reach to that answer where we can understand, as you have understood, that it was Krishna's plan. And Krishna wants to increase our intensity for attending Dham, for going to Dham. Just like for the gopis, he was dancing nicely, he was doing rasa dance with the gopis, but all of a sudden he just disappeared. And all the gopis were crying in separation. And when our Shauri, when our Krishna appeared, then what he said, that it was, I was testing you, I was increasing your intensity for love. So take it positive that Krishna is increasing your intensity, that how much intense you are to attend Dham, to go to Dham. And it is said that going to Dham is good, but feeling separation from Dham is much more higher, is on a real higher platform. Because our parampara, our process of Gaudiya Vaishnava is having that Vipralamba bhav. So yes, if we are able to get Dham, we should be grateful to Krishna. Thank you, Krishna, for allowing me to visit your Dham. But at the same time, if some so-called impediments come, then also we should be grateful. Thank you for increasing my intensity to visit your Dham.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you for
Hare Bol. Hare Bol.
Prabhu Mata.
Hari Bol, Praladananda Prabhu.
May I add to what we have been discussing?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Kiran Mata is one of our very regular Zoom satsang in the morning we do here in Las Vegas. She's in California. So when she announced that, she's not going to be there, I felt little discouraged. I said, oh my Lord, why she has to go away from our satsang for so long like that? This was the reaction I had. I don't know further what Lord Krishna did. But then, I'm so happy she is back and with our satsang like this, because she is one of the very regular attendant in our satsang, and she is very, very eager to learn. This is what I have noticed. Laulyam she has.
You got the answer. Why it happened? Praladananda Prabhu's desire came in between.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Also, Bhagavatam says, Yana asthai naro rajan na pramachit karhijit. We have not to become lazy in any time. Then the result is guaranteed. Yana asthai naro rajan na pramachit. Nimilya, dhavan nimilya matre na patit na khalit. So this is another very, encouraging for all of us who are practicing devotion life. I just wanted to share this, Mata. Thank you very much for allowing. Hari Bol.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Praladananda Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhav.
Please. Yes, Shivani Mata. You can take over.
Thank you, Madhav Prabhuji, for asking a very nice question and for the benefit of all of us. And thank you, Mataji, for explaining so beautifully. Hare Krishna devotees, if there are no more realizations, once again, I would like to thank Her Grace, Kirtida Sundari Mataji, for a very
Thank you. 1 minute, Shivani Mataji. Brajeshri Priya Mataji has shared her realizations. So thank you so much. Devotees can read that how she's saying that I had traveled to Mayapur this year and I booked my tickets for return was March 1st via Qatar Airlines on the day of attacks in Doha. flight got cancelled and she had to scramble to get back. She got further days to stay in Mayapur. Awesome. Many devotees had to take alternate routes via Sydney, London to get back. So everything that happens is Mahaprabhu's mercy. I took it as mercy and allow me to stay little longer. Yes, Mataji, thank you for sharing this, because Dham, that's a Chintamani Dham. Entering into Dham and going from Dham, it's all Krishna's mercy. It's all Srimati Radharani's mercy. We have no say. We make plans to enter Dham, but it is only by the mercy of the divine couple that we enter Dham. Then we make plans to leave Dham, that is also by the mercy of Srimati Radharani, that she decides at what time we have to leave Dham. We can make our plans, endless plans we can make, but this Dham is Chintamani Dham. So there the rule is of Shamaju. Like a Vrajvasi, he will always say, my Shamaju Koraj. They will say it with great conviction, that the rule is of Srimati Radharani. So she decides when you come and what time you leave. So surrenderance is the best. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Rajeshri. Yes, Shivani Mataji, so now you can take over.
Very well. Thank you, Mataji, for sharing that beautiful realization. Now, many times, so many things happen in our life day to day that we think, and it's good to always take it positive, as you mentioned, Kirtida Sundari Mataji, that is Krishna's will, and go with that, and how Maya is testing us. Thank you so much. Once again, I would like to thank our great Kirtida Sundari Mataji for a very sweet and nectarian class, and thank you for your beautiful association, Mataji. Very, very grateful to you. Do I have your permission to close the call, Mata?
Yes, definitely, Mataji.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyo
कृपा
patitana
सिंधुभ्यश्च
पावनेभ्यो
पतितानां
वैष्णवेभ्यो
पावनेभ्यो
नमो नमः।
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की
जय
जय। प्रभुपाद की जय।
की जय।
चैतन्य भागवत की जय।
जय।
हर ग्रेस कीर्तिदा सुंदरी माता जी की जय।
जय
Thank you,
कृष्ण
Mataji.
माता जी।
Koti
हरे
Dandavat. Such a
कृष्ण
wonderful
Thank
share.
you
very
much. Hari Bol.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Devotees, ending the call and see you all tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna.
Bol, Shri Radhe.
Jai Radhe.